have some form of diversification. Um, if that's what you like, if that's your preference, if you like Tractor, if you like Serato, if you like Virtual DJ and some of these other programs, Native Instruments or whatever suits your fancy, it's fine with me. I'm gonna stick to what I know and what I like, and I'm a touchy-feely kind of guy, so I don't like for things to be completely automated. I like to be able to work the machines. I don't want the machines to work me. So I still play my wax. I still play my CDs every now and then. I'll stick me a USB and a thumb drive or bring a terabyte and play my music, but that defines my sound as an artist. It defines my sounds as an architect. I stopped DJing a long time ago. I'm a sound architect, hands down, because it's my happy place. It's my comfort zone. I can play music for an audience, and anybody can be labeled as a DJ. A pro disc jockey or like whatever. I consider myself as a sound architect because not only do I DJ, I've DJ'd and done parties, but being able to be an inspiration and help others to get to a certain level, has been something that's more explicably amazing to me. I produce music. I know how to get on drum machines and learn how to sync and MIDI stuff up and make machines talk to each other. So I've taken just putting two records together to beat match and to actually creating and making records myself. So it puts me in another perspective. So I think that I've evolved over the 30 years plus to be able to be somewhat of a sound inspiration for those that are trying to be inspired with producing music or making music, things of that magnitude. But the way that the scene is now, it's a little bit more defined. As far as working hard, it's kind of like a rat race of a lot of people that that want to get themselves involved. And sometimes I look at like some of the guys that I've been around, for like a big course of years. And we sit down and we say, wow, man, we really came a long way with this. And it just showed that we just had bare essentials. And with those bare essentials, we made it work. Like, we made it happen. So it's better for guys, I think, now in this era because it's more easier for you to pick a laptop up or, it has sync buttons where it'll blend the record in for you. And, they have devices now where you can just go buy something and now you're a DJ. It's like, come on, like, really? Like, yeah. But you have to understand the difference between you controlling something or something controlling you. And then that defines your character, who you are as a musician or whatever your fancy be. But I'm not biased to anybody that has a particular or a certain format in reference to how they use their gear or their equipment. Whatever's suitable for you, you make best in that. That's a good question. What did I want to be when I wanted to grow up? I was kind of nerdy when I was a kid. I always had like chemistry sets and stuff like that. Music was my passion. I love basketball. Obviously, I didn't grow tall enough, I think, to not be an NBA player, but maybe I might have. Never know. I think that musically has always grabbed me. Music has been in my family. My grandfather was a musician, so he played jazz. And my other grandfather on my dad's side, he DJ'd. He would take us to the bars, and he was like sitting me up on the bar, and he'd be sitting there spinning records, bars and stuff like that. So my influence, I think, just all spawned from that. And then one day I'm shooting some ball, and a buddy of mine was like, yeah, man, I'm about to get ready to go with my friend Dynamite house, man. They mixing. And I'm like, mixing? What you mean? I said, he got some equipment, records. I said, can I go? He was like, you want to go? I'm like, yeah. So I got on the back of his bike, and we rolled over to the house, and I went upstairs, and I see all these people in the room, and he was in there scratching, and, he had like a Gemini mixer, and, he didn't have like the best equipment, but he had equipment. And I'm watching this guy. He got like pennies on the straight arm and it's taped up. I'm like, how is he scratching? That needle like it's been, come on, boy. He put like a nickel or something on and taped it up. And I'm looking like, wow. So I'm sitting watching these guys DJ, and I'm like, wow, man, that's fascinating. That's fascinating. And right then and there, when I watched them do that, I had to be about 12, maybe 11 or 12 years old. But I was fascinated watching these guys mix these records, and they had like roll pitch turntables, but they would make it work. I think one turntable didn't even have a pitch, and the other one did. But they were able to mix with what they had, and they were enjoying themselves. I was fascinated by that. So after that, I was like, oh, this is what I want to do. I started just doing my research, going out to parties, and I end up just slowly start doing my homework, just getting introduced to the actual music per se. And shit, away we go. So yeah, 11 years old, 12 years old, you would think a kid would be playing with G.I. Joe or some shit. No, I was going to parties.